What up? What up? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. And what am I doing here? Hold on. I got my thing all messed up. It's because I got to get back used to doing shows with my fellas over there. I need my thing at the top, make me feel like it's the normal show. There we go. My bad, y'all. All right, so welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you're new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday, I made 4 plays and I ended up 2-2. So it's a lot to like today. I'll start off by saying that yesterday it wasn't a lot to like. I was kind of trying to talk the games out and see if we could find something. But today, I was loving these games. I was up all night capping and putting plays in. And right before the show went off, I see even more injuries popping up. So injury report going crazy to start today. And let's see if we can find some money. I did just see Giannis rolled out, and I did just see Embiid put the game time decision or questionable. So we will go in rotation order, but just be aware. Red Fox Vlogs, appreciate you, brother, becoming a member. And I will have something for my members a little bit after the show today. Nick, appreciate you. He says Billy Waters 2.0 on this joint. Let's cook. Let's get money from Kong's Clips. Money Time says Paper City Studios. Boofer, I appreciate you always having my back. 23 people waiting, 0 likes. How do you not like waiting? What up, Nets? What up, Dr. Shilly? Everybody tuning in. Munoz said, catch the over on messed ups. Hey, stall me out, man. Stall me out one time. And Goat says, hit that like button early. Christopher says, Skee, how you like them Pacers last night? That was the best bet for the show. So best bets continue to do well on the show. And we'll try to keep that going here today. Daniel said he went 7 out of 8. I think that's what he's saying. Good work. Good work. Dr. Shilly cast on Shea under. Nice work there as well. Looking at a couple more. Pacers money line even says football wisdom. So yeah, that was a nice one. I wish that would have been my only pick for the day. I would have had a profitable day instead of getting juiced. But it is what it is. David reminding everybody to slam the like button for me. And I have a feeling we're gonna make some money today. So let's get to it. Even though the injury report is crazy, we're gonna still make some money today. So first game up, we'll go 501, 502. That is Dallas and Washington. This game open. Dallas minus 5.5. I still see them as the 5-point favorite right now. Total opened 243 and it's up to 245. So injury report. Had to refresh this thing because all these things are coming in. I did see Kyrie pop up too. Kyrie is now game time decision. Maxi Kleba is out. For the Wizards, I'm seeing DeLon Wright out. This one was interesting to me. I know Dallas did play yesterday, but nobody really even played 30 minutes. It was a blowout. Um, and usually when they have a game like that, like when Luca has a bad game, he follows it up by having a really good game and the Mavericks win. So they are the better offense, that's for sure. Surprisingly, and this speaks to how bad the Mavs have been so far. Wizards are the better defensive rated team as of right now this season. Mavs still the better rebounding team. So if I was playing this one, I would bet on Luca to bounce back, probably on his points prop. And the only way I could look is either the over. I agree with the line move. Both teams are number one and number two in pace. Both teams are bottom five defensive rated teams on the season. So if we have up tempo and no defense, shouldn't be too much of a problem, even with the high total. So those are ways I'm looking there, and I would only be betting the Mavericks here, but neither are in my pocket just yet. Not on these games. Let's take a look. Let's take a look on the chat, see what you guys are liking. Boofer really quick says, so these in-season tourney games, you got to cap like playoff games, which is going to be hard to look at trends when these weird games are going to be last five stats. Yeah, that's why I've been kind of, taking it slow on those games just because I'm not too sure what to expect. It's the first year they're doing it. Saturated says Luca better show up tonight. Bum took the night off last night. Dom is saying Luca points and assists. I would agree. Dante says Wizards plus 1.5 on the first quarter. Why do you like that instead of the full game? I feel like if you like the Wizards, you probably like them more over the course of the game, just because Dallas is on a back to back, even though it wasn't taxing. So I'd have to know why you like the first quarter specifically. Let's see. Football Wisdom says playing whatever big is going against the Wizards over rebounds has been hitting lively over 7 rebounds. I think that's a solid play. Wizards are the worst rebounding team in the league this far, number 30. So I think that's a good call out there. Justin likes Mavericks team total over, and I can't talk you off. Like I said, up tempo, no defense. Boofer likes Wizards first quarter as well, or the full game over. So this must be like a trend play. Wizards first quarter. Let's see. A couple more comments. Nah, G5. This is the first game we get into. Adrian. Yes, sir. Let's get to the bag. And Munaf likes Luca over 31.5 points. I swear it was 29.5 when I looked this morning. Everybody must have, be better than this prop. Tyler wins agreeing lively over 7.5 rebounds. Oh, it's a fade of Dallas. Boofer says Dallas first quarter 1-5 ATS on the road. Okay. I get that. If you want to continue to fade them. Steve Stevens likes pull over his turnovers, and I can't talk you off that either, except just not a great defensive team here from Dallas, but he has been turning the ball over. But I think that'll be it for this Dallas and Washington game. Out of all the games, maybe I'll get there at the end of the day with an over, but I think I like a couple other spots a little bit more. So we'll keep it moving down the list. And next game we will get to, I think this is a game I was just asked about. 503, 504. We're looking at the New York Knicks heading into Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Opened up Hawks minus 1.5. And we're looking at ones pretty much across the board. Total open 230. Not much movement there. Injury report. I see RJ Barrett, game time decision here. And for Atlanta, Trae Young back in the lineup. Looks like they're pretty much good to go with their regular rotation. So this is the game I thought Atlanta cared about more out of the two that they're going to play between yesterday and today. And to see Trae Young back in there kind of makes me feel like I was right about that. Um, this game makes me a little nervous. I think if I like the Knicks, I'll get in and get out with the first half. They are going to be the better defense. They are the better rebounding team, even though you still have Capella and other guys on the other side. But something about this game I just don't trust. I need some help with this one. The rest of the games I really love, but these two first games, I just don't really feel like getting too involved. So let's see what the chat. Let's talk it out. Let's see if you guys have a look or can push me in that direction. Only way I could look here, I think I like to play on Trae when he plays against New York, but don't feel enough to bet it just yet. Daniel likes Nick's money line. Raven Ron does as well. Justin McIvy, I probably messed that up, but Justin likes that as well. Under 230 for JB Brown. Daniel likes the over. And Chill Will, appreciate you. Says, let me get on up in here and hit the like button. And damn it, I missed the Pub Sports Four Horsemen yesterday. It's all right. We'll be back tomorrow on Thursday as well. Appreciate you tapping in and appreciate you hitting the like button. Hooper likes New York first quarter. It says they're 4-1, and Atlanta is 0-4 on this first quarter. I think that would be what at home, Boofer. What you're looking at for Atlanta. So that's interesting. Kong Slip says, I look for Trae Young to be happy and ready to shoot. He had a baby last night. So that's why he missed. I did miss that news. Interesting. Um, G5 says he's on the Knicks and the Bulls, both money line. Yeah, I think this is a game that I'll pass. Doesn't seem like, a lot of people like the Knicks. I get it. Atlanta's on a back to back. I don't want to run to the window with them. But I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable betting the Knicks right now. So I like taking them when they're plus points or when they're I don't know. I don't like taking them in this situation. Is it don't I don't like it. I'm not gonna force it. Next game, we will go 505, 506. this is a game that I do like, a game that's had a lot of stuff going on. So I really do want to talk about it. And that would be Boston Celtics heading into Philly to take on the Sixers. This game opened Celtics minus 3.5. I'm looking at 5.5 across the board right now. Total open 224. 224 is still the consensus right now. We've had a lot of movement, but it's settled, or right now it's at 224. Injury report, and I need to refresh this again. So Embiid game time decision now. Tobias Harris game time decision, but he's more like a likely or probable to play. They'll continue to be without Batum and Oubre. For Boston, Porzingis game time decision with the, I think it was a right knee contusion or something like that, and then Jaylen Brown game time decision with an illness. So I did bet this game. I bet a couple different ways, but I did take the Celtics minus 3.5. And my thought process was, you have this Philly team on a back to back. I didn't think they would take that game yesterday as serious as they did. But I'm expecting somebody to sit here. And I was expecting it to be Joel Embiid probably because he played yesterday. And then when I saw Porzingis on the injury report as game time, it really made me feel like they probably will sit Embiid. But when I think about the Porzingis injury, like after he bumped knees with Randall in that game, he was still looking okay. I know he got another block shot. He was still hype about that. But just seeing him still stay out there, I feel like he'll play in this game. Jaylen Brown with the illness, not a participant at shoot around this morning. It's seeming like we will probably be without Jaylen Brown if you like the Celtics side, but they've been a better defense. I trust them more on offense. I'm expecting, you know, I expect they got more star power, especially if Joel Embiid sits. So I like it. I'm liking it. And I looked at, we'll do it like this. We looked at road favorites, a loss as a favorite when the line is higher than the previous line. And that is 6-1 straight up and against the spread. That says to play the Celtics here tonight. And on that same note, if you know, you know. That's a little bit of a new and know. I know if you know, you know situation. But the OG, these teams just played a week ago. Total was like what 229.5, 230. They opened this one up more like 220. What was it? 224. So you know what we do when they open those totals lower. The bookmakers did it for a reason. They expecting this to be a lower scoring game, and we're going to agree. If we're expecting the Celtics to win, it'll likely be played at their pace, and they're 23rd in pace. So it'll be slow. There'll be a lot of defense played, and we'll probably be missing, some of the starters' points in this one. So it's gone under 4 of the last 5 for Boston. It's gone under 7 of the last 8 division games for them. Under 4 of the last 5 division games for the Sixers. Give me the Celtics. Give me the under. Um, Let me take a look at the comments. I did just scroll past somebody who said they saw JB out. I just refreshed. He probably will be out, but he's not out yet. He just didn't participate in shoot around. Daniel likes Tatum over his assists. Justin got in with the Celtics minus 3. Nice work getting it early. Ned as well. Good work there. Dr. Shelley says Tatum under. Says he never drops big points against the Sixers, but he might drop a little more if Jaylen Brown doesn't play. That would worry you, right? Saturated says, how does Embiid perform after putting in those minutes in the front end loss? I don't think he's even going to play, honestly. Rayhan, I appreciate you becoming a member, brother, and I'll have something up for my members a little bit later today. I just wanted to sort through this injury stuff and, you know, figure some stuff out, but I have something for you guys. Absolutely. Christopher says Al Horford will step up with Porzingis out. I don't love the Celtics as much without Porzingis, but Al Horford is still capable. He's been successful as far as defending Joel Embiid in the past in recent years. So even if he's in, I still think he'll be okay. But I just, the Celtics team is a little top heavy. I really want as many people as we can have in as possible. I don't want to rely on that bench too much. So depending who's ruled in, ruled out, I might also add the Celtics first quarter. But I agree, Horford will do a solid job stepping up. Itachi says, since 2014, Road faves playing 5 straight divisional games are 16-7 against the spread, 69.6%. Says back the Celtics tonight. I like that. I like that. Mario's asking about the Celtics first quarter. I just mentioned it. Rayhan says, appreciate the info every day, Ski. If you remember your boy, I bought you an attorney you scoop. Absolutely, bro. I know who you are, and I appreciate you too. Much love, bro. Appreciate you tuning in and becoming a member. We'll see. Maybe I'll make it back out there this year and we can hang. Let's see. And Hank saying the line moved. Another trend here from Itachi. He does a good job with these. Going back to 2017, home dogs playing the second of a back to back, where the total is at least 14 points lower than the day before. It says 2, 14, and 2 against the spread, 12.5%. That says the Sixers are a fade today. JB Brown is in agreement with the Celtics. Curtis said he thought this was CJ McCollum hosting. It's my hair. I get that CJ thing, but I know it's just the hair. That's all it is. Chris says hammer spot for Celtics, in my opinion. JB Brown says revenge game for Boston. I agree. Mike Lewis says tease Sixers with the under. I don't really want to do too much teasing in basketball. Points are not worth as much. Another trend from Itachi, going back maybe 3 years. Road favorites who lost the first matchup of a season as a road fave, where the line is same or stronger. Kind of similar to what I said. 26-9 ATS. It's just this one is specifically the past few years. So that's the same kind of trend I was looking at there. I like it. Says to back the Celtics tonight. Joe, appreciate you as well, brother. I have something up for members shortly after the show. I have to do the timestamps and then I'll put it up, but I appreciate you 100%. Mitch Armstrong says rebounds plus assists for Tatum. He played over 13 and a half. Can't talk you off that, especially with Porzingis game time. Probably be a lot more rebounds to be had. Kylie, we're not on that game yet. Going game by game. Don't want to jump around in the middle of the show. Res Mob, what up, brother? Football Wisdom says Maxey took 27 shots against Boston last week. That was with Oubre in and B going to be tired on the back to back. I'm looking at Maxey to get leaned on to get 26 and a half based on volume. And I think the thought process, I agree. But I think he also has a tough matchup with the opposing backcourt. That's what I'll say. But I agree that he'll get shots up. Chris asked about Embiid under. I mean, if he plays, I still don't want to just fade him too much. I'd rather just take the Celtics. Flash. What up, brother? He says, Helpsky, no CLV for me today. Giannis news has killed my parlay value. Well, we haven't got to that game. That game is next, but I wasn't liking the Bucks anyway. I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to be thinking about the Bucks at all. So we'll talk about that in 1 second here. And JB Brown reminding us that the starters played a lot of minutes. So I'll be on. I'm on the Celtics minus 3.5. I'm on the under. I think they're both winners at the end of the day. So let's move over to that game that Flash mentioned there. And wow, this is my bad. I do not have a banner for it. So I'll make one on the fly. I'll still talk about it in the meantime. But we're going to look at 507, 508. That is going to be Milwaukee Bucks heading into Toronto to take on the Raptors. And I apologize for this, you guys. I guess I was not as prepared as I should have been for the show. I did my homework. I just messed up on the screen. And this line is moved. This one opened Bucks minus 4.5. We're now looking at -1. They're still slight favorites. I don't even know if they deserve to be that. Total opened 226, and we're looking at 224.5. So put that up there. There we go. We got it done. Injury report for Milwaukee. Giannis out, obviously. Crowder out. Livingston out. That's why the line moved there. For Toronto, a lot of game time decisions. For one, Coloco's out. Gary Trent and Ananobi are both game time, but I believe they're both doubtful. Yeah, both doubtful. And then Schroeder is now game time decision. And I want to scroll back up. There was a comment, and I didn't hear that myself. So hopefully I can find it. But it pretty much said that Schroeder's wife or something like that said that Schroeder said he tweaked his knee. Oh, there you go. I found it. Steve Stevens. Schroeder on his latest vlog told his wife he tweaked his knee last game. It felt uncomfortable. And sure enough, he got added to the injury report. I talked about this game on Wager Talk today. And literally right after I got off, Schroeder questionable. So that makes sense there. Um, but how I feel about this game, you guys know. The Bucks should absolutely not be favored. You should not be backing the Bucks. No way, like whatsoever, versus anybody. They've covered one game so far this season, 1 out of 10, and surprisingly, I did back them in that one game. It was versus Miami, and the only reason they covered was because Miami was just in a really bad spot. It was their third game in 4 nights. They're in a tough spot tonight. I get why Giannis is out. It's Milwaukee's fifth game in 8 days going up against a Raptors team who already has beat them once, but it's the Raptors' fifth game in 16 days. So fifth and 8 versus fifth and 16, even missing all these people for the Raptors, I think the more the game goes on, they'll start to, take advantage of the short rest for Milwaukee. And this is a team that's had success versus the Bucks and Giannis anyway. I mean, they've won 7 of the last 10. They've covered 8 of those games. They're the better defense. They're at home. They're the better rebounding team. I like the Raptors here. I have them in my pocket +5, but I still think they can win the game. It's no way I'm taking the Bucks. Especially without Giannis, I'll be taking the Raptors or nothing. Still at +1. As far as the total without Giannis, I think they could have defended Giannis anyway. But now you have a Toronto team who's top 10 defending the three. I know Milwaukee will lean heavily on Dame, but he might not even have a good night tonight. He hasn't been shooting it well anyway. So I think this is a game that will be played at the Raptors pace, which is bottom 5 in the league so far. And I think it'll be more defensive than offensive. That's how the Raptors win. They're a bottom 5 offensive rated team, but they're top 10 on the defensive side. So Raptors and under, I think, are the way to go in this game. Let's take a look at the chat. Net likes under 227. I would agree. We're looking at 224 and a half right now. Best number I see is 225 actually at Caesars. I agree. Yeah, Flash. I don't like the Bucks, man. I don't like it, brother. I'm looking at the other side. I'm on the other side actually. Um, Curtis asked about what about Struce under 14 and a half points? Not getting involved with that. I don't really have an opinion. Raptors +5. We're in agreement. We both have that same bet. Nick, he likes Schroeder over 17 and a half, alternate points +160. Had 24 last game in 28 minutes, plus no Giannis on D. Also over 224 and a half. Last game he had 241, and Dame only scored 15. Well, for Schroeder, it doesn't make me feel good to know that he tweaked his knee. And I mean, if he doesn't play, you get your money back. But I wouldn't want to gimpy Schroeder. But at the same time, the Bucks defense is so bad for the most part because the guards can't guard anybody. So I understand why you like that prop. I understand why he had success. And we'll see. If he gets out there, I need him to do some work too for my Raptors bet. So hopefully, he's all good tonight. Raven Ron says he meant Raptors money line. C. James says 240 watching, 74 likes though. If you guys, enjoy the show, if I'm helping you guys make any money, uh, please hit the like button for me, as that does help me out. I appreciate you guys with the reminders in the chat. Joe liking Raptors money line and Siakam double double and points and rebounds. Siakam off a really big night. I don't really like to back people up, to have another big night, especially. Um, well, he could. He could. I don't want to talk you off of that. Hopefully it goes well. I'll be rooting for you as well. Let's see. Don't really believe in teasers for basketball, Kylie. Hello, Tasha. Appreciate you tuning in. Johannes says Bucks first spread cover tonight. They covered one game, versus the Heat, but I don't think they'll be covering here. And Tasha, much appreciated. She says she always hits the like button before entering the chat. Appreciate you, Tasha. And good looking out, Flash. Nucky, what's up, bro? Says they don't really care about this game. They got Boston on Friday, but I can see Raps winning. Bucks first quarter or first half. Interesting. I mean, they did already beat them. They already sent the message. But even if they don't care, I think they could still win. I think they could still cover. Um, but good to see you, Nucky. Hope all is well, brother. Think it's time to keep it moving. We have four more games left on the slate. And what was I doing today, man? Oh, there we go. I got these banners here. Next game up, we're going 509, 510. Orlando and Chicago. Game open, Chicago minus 3.5. They're now 1.5 point favorite, pretty much across the board. Total open 216.5, and not much movement. We're looking at 216. Injury report. I got to keep refreshing just because this injury report has been crazy today. And I'm not looking at my phone and keep seeing them pop up. For Orlando, they'll be without Wendell Carter Jr. And if he was in, I would have been playing on his props because he's usually good versus old squad. Fultz will also be out. For Chicago, Terry and DeRozan are out. Caruso's game time decision, truly questionable. And Williams is likely to play here. So we did hear that, Levine and the Bulls are both open to a trade. Um, it's still business as usual until he gets out of there. And in a situation like this, in a situation like this, I, I just feel like he is going up against a pretty tough defense. They are on a back to back though, but without DeRozan in there, like if Levine is not going crazy in this game, um, how did the Chicago Bulls? How did Chicago Bulls win? That's just my thought process. So I mean, it could be Vooch. It very well could be Vooch. I guess you have to play on one of those two guys, whether it's Levine over his points or, um, Magic are a good rebounding team. This is a tough one for me, I guess. I can't really get to the window here, trying to talk something out with you guys, but just don't love that one. I'll tell you guys when I love games, and I need some help here. Justin says Magic plus 110 is the best bet, and he bet it. That's what he got. D. James likes Magic plus 3.5, but that's gone, or that's the first half. Magic first half has been consistent. I had a winner on that yesterday. It is now 9-1 straight up and against the spread so far this season. So, and they're on a back to back. So if you like the Magic, get in, get out, take that first half. They are the better defensive team, better rebounding team, and maybe that's the best way to go in here. I mean, talking about guys out for Chicago, Levine doesn't even want to be there. Why would I think to back them? Magic, probably a good way to go early in this one, first half. I will write that on my, short list here. I'll add it. Orlando first half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The best number you can get right now, let's check it out. Best number you can get is plus one. Plus one at both Circa and South Point. So I will keep that in mind. I think that's a pretty solid play. Saturated says Vooch should eat. Let's see. Bryce Miller says, what site do you use for injury report? I use RotoWire. Daniel likes the Magic game under. Dom agrees. First half Magic has been a well-oiled machine. Sean Murphy says he likes the Bulls. Magic playing on the road, back-to-back, traveling. And I understand that. Absolutely understand that. Munaf liking that first half again. G. James says if it ain't broke, don't need fixing. And that's how I'm feeling about this one. I hear you though, saturated with no Wendell, who's guarding Vooch. Um, I just think they'll play good team defense. Munaf though, he says Vooch over 11.5 rebounds, 6 straight games versus the Bulls. I mean, I think he means versus the Magic that he's hit this. Magic average 15 turnovers a game. Bulls should be able to take advantage of that. And Orlando's offense has been mid this year. I agree with that. G5, he says Levine Day, Bulls money line, raise that trade stock up, and I can definitely understand that, especially in a game without DeRozan. So if I'm looking at the Bulls, I would only back Levine here. Um, I'm not mad at Munoz prop either. Um, with Vooch rebounds, but I think Magic for first half is the way that I prefer in this game. So I'll leave it there. Maybe in addition by the end of the day, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So next game, I don't want to force it and just put it in right now because I don't feel that confident, but I do like it. Next game up is 5-11, 5-12. Game I do like. Minnesota heading into Phoenix to take on the Suns. Game open Suns minus 5.5. They're now 6 point favorite. Total opened 227.5 and is down 3.5 points to 224. Injury report. And every second, I feel like I got to refresh here just with how crazy it's been today. For Minnesota, same suspects are there. Clark out, McLaughlin out. Um, and then for the Suns team, nobody, I mean, Eric Gordon is game time decision, and Damian Lee is out. Eric Gordon likely to play, though. But Devin Booker, Bradley Bill, Kevin Durant, all available to play today as far as it's concerned right now. Nobody on the injury report. And I was looking at this game, and I mean, the first reason I looked at this game or caught my attention is because I have a system that points these kind of situations out where, why with how I need to take this off. Why with how the Suns have been looking lately, why would they be minus 5.5 versus a Timberwolves team who is what 8-2 so far this season, who's, looked really good, really dominant? It's got to be a reason. Timberwolves have a +8 margin so far in the season. Suns have a minus 0.3, 6 point favorites. So, in my mind, the reason is a few things. Number one, um, the Wolves just played a game last night. So fronting of a back to back. I want to say all their guys play really high minutes too, like 35 plus minutes for their main their main guys, like the big three. I could be mistaken. I'm going off the top of my head, but I did so much homework on all these games earlier. I feel like it's this one. They all play really big minutes, and this Suns team is coming off back to back losses, and they're off 2 days rest, and they're fully healthy now. So that's the reason why we get this line. And I think it's a spot where the Suns really want to have a good showing with their big three on the court for the first day. And Minnesota could be a little bit tired. They could be a little bit complacent. I don't think they're the hungry team tonight. Also, Minnesota has been like Jekyll and Hyde, home and road. Really great at home, not as much on the road. I feel like the Suns get the job done here by margin. They're a better offensive team, they're a better rebounding team, and I just don't think the effort will be there for Minnesota on the defensive end tonight. That's their only advantage, the defense. So give me the Suns minus the points. I think that's a ticket that you can take to the window at the end of the day. As far as props, don't want to be involved with anything for Phoenix just because it's the first game with all three of them. We don't know exactly how it's going to go player by player. And for Minnesota, I'm honestly expecting some people to be out. But even if nobody was out, I would still like it. And I think the more the game goes on, the more it favors Phoenix. So that's how I feel about that one. Um, I'm already seeing some comments. I'm trying to scroll to the top, but I'm already laughing, man. That's why I love this show because we have a good time and we also win and good information. Um, Chris says he's fading the T Wolves tonight after that Golden State game yesterday. What up, Sean? Daniel likes the under in this game. He got 227 last night. He still likes it. C. James says his line confuses him. Nucky says whenever you talk about the Wolves, you got to have Rudy in that headlock in the background. Saturated says, why is everybody always trying to beat up Rudy? Uh, I mean, it's beef between Rudy and Draymond. He couldn't wait for a chance to go over there and do that. It's hilarious with the pictures, though. I'll tell you that. I'm not even going to attempt to say this name, but they're saying the tired narrative. Pay attention to the narrative. Kylie asking if I like the Suns team total over 115. I mean, you're going up against a really good defense, the best defense in the league so far. It's just I don't think that they bring it today. So, do I like specifically the team total? No, I think I prefer the Suns, um, just because I don't think Minnesota's offense will be great today either. So this could be a blowout. And in a blowout, I don't want to be banking on the team totals when Suns could be up by margin and take their foot off the gas at the end. I just that doesn't seem like a play I'm interested in, Kylie. Raven Ron says Suns can choke -6 out of the Wolves. Oh man. Justin likes that team total though that Kylie was mentioning. He's saying that's all I'm hearing is they tired. Big three debut is always a fade. I mean, you can look at the numbers. It tells you, like I said, Phoenix is the better offense and rebounding team. Would you want a team who's on 2 days rest at home or a team who's back to back on the road? Which team do you think will be more tired? Not about forget what you're hearing. What do you think? What's the logical thing to think in that situation? Right? That's how I feel. I mean, don't overthink it. Don't try to be the smart guy. I'm a like. I just want to mention this really quick. Teddy said it, and he said it on Wager Talk today. And I have a tweet that I put out probably before the season or maybe beginning of the season, and I agree with what Teddy was saying. He's like, you can have all these reasons and all this stuff and whatever smart reasons. At the end of the day, you still got to win your bet. So you could try to be the smart guy and try to say that's all I'm here, and I want to fade them and do this. If you're comfortable with it at the end of the day, if you lose that bet that way, go for it. But myself, I prefer to just, go with what I like, how I'm feeling about the games. I don't care what the public's on, the sharps are on. You didn't say that, but that's just the vibe that I'm getting from that comment. Here, I don't care about any of that. I just cap the games, and based on how I feel they'll go, that's how I bet. And I don't, my tweet said it don't matter. You could make the smartest, you could have the smartest breakdown in the world. All that matters is winning the bet at the end. And that's all I'm trying to do here. So let's keep going with the comments. Hitachi bringing up a trend since 2021. Home fave with more than a day's rest, facing a non-division conference opponent on the second of a back-to-back. 17, 8, and 3, 68% says to back the Suns here tonight. I like it. And he's sharing one more trend here, going back to 2021. Home faves following a home loss, facing a conference opponent playing second game of a back-to-back. They're also 35 and 14 to the over, 71.4%. So maybe for you guys liking that 17 total over, Itachi giving you some reasons to back it. Appreciate you sharing, bro. Saturated likes Ant over 1.5 steals. I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna play this game, but Ant assist must have been pretty good this year. I remember Coach Finch mentioned it last year. He wanted him to be, getting more people involved, and it looks like he's been doing that this year as well as the scoring. Sung Yi says this line is classic Vegas. They want you to take the points. I agree 100%. I agree with that 1000%. That's pretty much what my system is saying. Um, let's see. Why is the maid always gonna walk in? Let's see. Somebody EQ says somebody's gonna need to grab those rebounds without Wendell Carter Jr. Towns. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong. I looked at the glanced at the wrong thing here. You going backwards the game. I'm talking thinking about the game that we're on. Yeah, I don't know who to pick for rebounds in that game. I'm sorry, EQ. I disagree here, but Joe likes the +6 and the under. Interesting. One of us will be a winner. Shaquan says, I think Minnesota keeps it close enough for Booker to get us over 25. He'll live at the line tonight. Yeah, you always got to be wary of a blowout when you're betting these player props. And Edgar likes Ant over 2.5 turnovers. Says he's doing everything. He'll have the ball in his hands a lot. So maybe he'll have some turnovers in there too. So good stuff on that game. You guys know what I like. And have a good feeling we'll be cashing that ticket at the end of the day. We have 2 more games left. Let's try to get through those really quick. We've been on here for 40 minutes. Next game, 5-13, 5-14, Sacramento Kings heading into LA to take on the Lakers. Opened up Kings -1, flip of favorites. We see the Lakers -1.5. Total open 233. We're looking at 234.5. For the Kings, Alex Lynn is out. Trey Lyles is out. For LA, Vanderbilt out. Vincent out. Hood out. Alex Lynn's a pretty cool guy. Met him and hung out with him. He's a pretty cool guy. For this game, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not having the best read on the Lakers this year. Last year, I looked over my sheet. I was really good in Laker games. This year, I'm not. I can't get one right. I bet against them. They knocking down, more threes than they made all season. I bet on them. They look disinterested. They are on a back to back. That's always something to worry about with this team. If I just look at stats wise, Sacramento has been better in every category that I care about: offense, defense, and rebounding. So it's a tough one for me. I think the best bet in this game, the one consistent thing is De'Aaron Fox does not like the Lakers. Maybe because we didn't draft him. I know there's a thing with him and Lonzo going on, but even to this day, whenever Fox plays the Lakers, he just tortures them, and we don't have a whole lot of good perimeter defense for that point guard position. So I would look for De'Aaron Fox to get up and over his point prop today. And other than that, don't know that I love anything else in this game. Both teams are playing at a bottom 10 pace. Both teams so far have been bottom 10 shooting the three and defending the three. I just don't really love anything other than Fox. Let's see what the chat likes here. First comment, Justin agrees. He's taking Fox over 26.5 points. Says exactly what I was saying. The last 6 of the 7 games against the Lakers, he's hit it. He says, I don't know why, but Fox always has a chip when he plays the Lakers. You're a Laker fan like me, so we noticed this. You know, it's been since Lonzo's been around, since they came in. He don't like us. JB Brown says no bet on the Lakers tonight, but he cashed yesterday. Edgar likes Fox over 33.5 PRA. Covered 4 of the last 5 versus the Lakers. Recent point guards covered their respective lines. Looking at Westbrook, Fultz, Fox. So can't talk you off that. Since 2018, Kings as a road dog against the division are 22-6 ATS. Damn, that's a crazy team stat right there. I want to say that's around when De'Aaron Fox came around. But that's a pretty crazy stat right there. Appreciate you sharing. Minov says don't overthink it. Fox over is 26.5 is how you cash in this game. Lad J Fly says, how about Fox 30 points? He kills the Lakers. Love the show, bro. I'm in agreement. I think he has a 30 ball tonight. We're all pretty much in agreement here. Nucky says, does anyone know the snitch, aka Russell points line at looking towards the under? I don't really want to bet against him. I think he'll get cooked as far as, when he's playing defense, but I don't really have a strong opinion there, Nucky. Sorry about that. Says 304 people watching and only 139 likes. Cancel the show, Skee. Justin says he's going to look at Fox Prop after the show. I think that's a good idea. Booper says trend is sack first half, Lakers second half. Absolutely. So far this season, that's a if it ain't broke, don't fix it type play. Fade the Lakers early. They do their coming back in the second half. Demoski likes the game over. Says Fox is back. Sack is back. Points will be scored. I agree. He helps get everybody else easier looks. So I think their 3-point percentage will start to get back how it was last year. Appreciate you tuning in for a live show. Just Daryl. Joe loves sack. He says Lakers on a back to back. He also likes the Fox props, and he says great show. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see. SZA says Fox is the difference in this game. Fresh legs, love revenge, sack plus the points, and I definitely understand that there. And this comment here, Mara says, Sack should beat them Lakers older team on back to back. Lakers aren't that old. It's just LeBron and AD, although they're the main players. But I understand what you're saying here. So a lot of people leaning towards Sacramento. Everybody's in agreement with Fox. And Can't talk you guys off of anything there. Boofer says for the late night watchers, helps Skee get over 375 likes tonight. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. I can't lie, but I always appreciate you guys. If you like the show, helps me out if you could hit the like button. My boy Nucky says catching the live show. Good to have you back, and appreciate you as well. So let's keep it moving. We have one more game on the slate today. That will be 5:15, 5:16. Cleveland Cavaliers and Portland Trailblazers. Opened up Cavs minus 11, still 10.5 point favorites. Total opened up 222 and is down to 218.5 pretty much everywhere. Garland looks to be out for the Cavs, along with Ty Jerome, Okoro, and Rubio. For Portland, Simons is out, Henderson is out. Looks like Brogdon is going to be doubtful in this game. And this one is I didn't see Garland out too before, but it's starting to be too many people. I understand why the total's coming down. Um, I had a system for this one. It was nothing too crazy, but pretty much what it said is heavy faves when their opponent is on a back to back, we bet on them. And by heavy favorites, I mean double digit favorites. They are 113, 79, and 5 against the spread, 58.9%, 112, 78, and 7 to the over, also 58.9%. If you look at, it's hard for me to trust it. This Portland team is the worst offensive rated team in the league thus far. Both teams bottom 10 shooting the three. With the starting point guard out for Cavs and just injuries for Portland, and I just don't think I can get there with points being scored here. I wanted to try to get there with Cleveland, but to back them to win by this kind of a margin on the road seems like a bit much for me. Portland has been a better defensive team. They've been the better rebounding team so far this season too. I feel like Portland, if anything, I'd have to look towards them in this game at home, getting this many points. So if you like the Cavs, maybe you just go with the player prop in this one. Maybe I'm seeing Mitchell in the chat. Sean Murphy bet D Mitchell over 29.5. Let me take a look at a couple more comments here. What up, Andrew? Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Says let's make some cash today. We're doing our very best. Michael likes the Cavs first quarter. Daniel likes Cavs money line as a parlay leg. I think it's better parlay legs you can pick even if you're doing a money line. My personal opinion. Um, let's see. Showtime says Blazers are underrated, but too many guards out for me to back them right now. I agree. I agree with that comment. Couple trends from Itachi. Always appreciate you sharing these, bro. He says since 2020, road faves facing non-conference opponent when the line is greater than 10 are 30, 16, and 1 ATS, 65.2%. Also 28, 16, and 3 to the over, 63.6%. Says to back the Cavs and the over. He says these teams are faves for a reason. Hey, that's better than the system that populated for me. And I mean, it's tough. It's tough for me. He says same trend, but when the fave has a winning percentage less than 60%, it bumps up to 72.5%. Appreciate you sharing that. And he does share one more. Going back to 2021, road faves following a road loss facing a team on the second game of a back-to-back are 68.4%. So Itachi giving you a lot of reasons going back to Cavs here. Late prop there from J.R. Black, Randall over. He also likes Jared Allen. Double double. Dylan like in Blazers team total under. I think this is a game I'll ultimately pass on. So we won't spend too much time here. We talked about every game on the NBA slate for today. And now I think it's about that time. I do have a few plays. I want to make sure I can give you guys something with the same number that I bet. But best bet time for the show. I will do a promo. It is what customer appreciation November for Wager Talk. There's a $5 best bet available on pretty much everybody's page, including myself. So if you'd like to take advantage, you guys know you can find my work at wagertalk.com. And best bet for today, I do like I always do and just scroll down because I don't want to give you a line that's gone. That line is already gone. That line is gone. A lot of these lines are gone. Um, So for the show, I wish I knew if Jalen Brown and Porzingis were going to play. I know the line's already moving, but I still could probably get there with the first quarter too. But for best bet for the show, we are going to go with. I mean, I have to give you one where the line didn't move, and I like it. I mean, I love all of these plays, but there's only two where the line barely moved. So best bet for the show, we will go with if you know, you know, under Boston, Philadelphia. I'm not even going to explain it because by this point, I'm gonna just leave it for the people who've been here and following. But we're going with Boston and Philly under 224. If you know, you know why we're betting this under. We just saw these teams a week ago. Looking at that total, under is the way to go. So best bets have been pretty good. We did cash with Pacers yesterday. Let's hope for another winner today. Like I always say, I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are the absolute best. You guys see me on here laughing and having fun and having a good time. Like I really enjoy doing the show with you guys, and it's a lot of great information as well. You guys help me with my betting. So best of luck if you tell. Good luck to everybody on all of your action. We will be live back on the channel tomorrow, and we will also have the show with Ian, Wham, Dutch, and myself. I'll catch you guys then. Have a good one.